Hello everyone and welcome to Red, White, and Blue Woodworking, and today I'm going to show you how I made a 12.5 foot bar table. First I started this build by milling all the edges for the boards for the top. Since this was construction grade lumber, it had some rounded over edges, and I obviously had some help here, which was super nice because this board was very heavy and over 13 feet long at this point. As you can tell, even with help, this part is super difficult, and you really just have to be patient on this just so you get flat edges and don't mess anything up. After I milled all the top pieces, I moved over to the leg construction. I'm sorry I didn't get this part on video, but I basically cut several 2x4s to 33-inch pieces and glued them together. I have a part later in the video showing basically what I did, but here I am just planing them until I remove all the rounded over edges, and after that is done, I just moved over to assembling the top. I used dowels and wood glue to assemble the top, and as you can tell, this was reclaimed lumber and it was slightly warped, which made it a little bit more difficult to align the dowels, but it all turned out well. And obviously I'm just putting in dowels with Titebond Original, and if just in case you're wondering, later in the video I am using Titebond 2 for the top, and that is just because we ran out of Titebond Original and we had Titebond 2. This was an extremely difficult glue up, and it took forever. Just being by myself with only 5 clamps and a 13-foot table made this super difficult, although I eventually got it and it turned out really well, but it did need some flattening later with the electric hand plane. So here we are just adding the third piece to the top, and I had hoped for the second glue up, which made it so much easier. I could have had it for the first, I was just being impatient. But here, yeah, we're just doing more dowels and wood glue, and it turned out great. So before gluing up, I decided to sand a little bit just to kind of clean things up, remove some of the glue that was from the last glue up. This was not really a big step, but I just decided to do it anyways. Obviously, you can just move straight to the glue up. Next, I moved over to cutting the ends with the jigsaw. There were some defects, some drill holes, and some nail holes from the previous uses of the boards, so I just went ahead and removed all those. So here I'm using 2x3s again for the leg construction. These are just going to be some small beams that go in between the two legs on each side, and there will also be some on either end of the boards. These will be more towards the middle bottom. And if you didn't catch that, then it'll be more clear in the assembly process. Here I routed a chamfer on all the legs, and I routed a chamfer on almost all the parts of this build just to keep it from having any sharp edges. Sorry for the shaky camera footage on this part. This drill has a ton of torque and it just shakes everything in the room when I use it. Here I'm using the miter saw to cut the edges of these boards that will be on the bottom. I end up cutting these a little too long, but I went back later with the jigsaw and cleaned them up. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to subscribe, and there is a part 2 coming out as soon as this video ends. Make sure to go check that out, and until next time.